Our Protoss at the bottom left looking at a 67% win ratio against Zerg with 140 wins, 70 losses. He's starting for Team Liquid, he's starting in the red, and his idea is
Liquid Hero.
The last Zerg that Hero lost against was actually sort of at the Aces RNG Summer.
Yep.
And to the top right we have his current opponent. This is the TSL player. One loss so far. Waits for his first win.
TSL Shine.
Not a lot of Protoss players to practice with for Shine. At the house, he's got Inori. Value plays sometimes, but he's not always readily available. He was injured for quite some time, and so Shine, like you said, this is not his best matchup, and he doesn't have a lot of practice here to work with. So we'll see what he ends up doing here.
But his development as a player was really amazing. I mean, this guy is very young, he's getting better each and every day. Now starting, of course, with his pool first in this matchup. We'll start with the gasless expand. But it's interesting to see what exactly Hero is going to do here. We have the Pylon already on the low ground, and most likely he will start things off with the Nexus first on this map. And then the question arises, is he going for the 2-base timing attack, or will we see him claiming a third and trying to defend it? White Rust style?
White Rust style, man. That's what we're going to find out. Hero is going to drop that Nexus, and he will not pick it up. As, of course, he wants that to be on the ground so that his probes can return minerals.
I'd say so.
Drone goes to the third hatchery just in case Hero's probe pressure becomes too much. He wants to just be able to take that third base. We saw earlier today, Protoss player actually blocked the third very quickly and then blocked the natural aggressively to deny mining time at the hatchery. Hero just comes in here to verify that there are no gases. He's going to run that probe away for a little bit, then we'll go to check for the third. Since he went Nexus first, he has the opportunity to go gate before cannon, because there's no way for him to make cannon until that forge is done. He went for a fast second pylon as well. Everything he's scouted leads him to believe this is the best choice.
And right now the Zergling's on the map. The Queen is being built, so he chased away the probe. We have currently the drone just waiting to be able to place down this third hatch, but for now he can't do it because the pylon is being placed by the probe.
Great choice by Hero. Says, oh, only 2 lings? If you have 4 lings, that's something different, but only 2, I can make the pylon here.
Yeah. Throws the pylon down, and this delay is shined by quite a bit. One of the Zerglings is even chasing down the Harvester now. Here's base number 3 for our Zerg. And let's find out what Hero is going to do. His gate just finished, so the Cybernetics Core will be the next building. He gets double gas. Walls off completely. Well, not completely, he has still a small gap here. But the wall is now completed. He can just position 1 Zealot in there if he wants to. Right now, the Cybernetics Core is building. And it looks like he's going... No, there's the Zealot. Not going to skip it. Starts a little bit later, just a few seconds.
Yeah, just a little bit off with that, but that's okay. Let's see what his next plan is going to be. That's the most interesting part, as he does bank up the gas. The gas will hit 100, and he goes immediately for +1. Super fast. He even chronos it immediately. +1 is definitely a core part of what Hero wants to do in this game, but there's several different ways to attack with +1.
One of the things that I'm a little bit curious about is Shine's creep spread, because he's one of the players that in the matchup against Terran has an amazing creep spread. It's really ingenious, sometimes covers the entire map in creep. But on the other hand, a lot of Zergs just lack a little bit of this enthusiasm in other matchups, especially in the matchup against Protoss. Creep spread is something that is initially started, but then completely neglected. And I want to see if Shine actually sticks true to this and starts to spread creep throughout the game. In the early stages, of course, very important to him to spread the creep at the third base, because you always want to make sure that you have this extra speed bonus against your opponent's 2-base timing attack, if the Protoss decides to do it. And now we have the tech for Hero. He goes straight into the robotics facility, which will enable him to go for an immortal push, but at the same time is also true if he wants just to try to take his third base and defend it.
Very true. You know, the +1 for gateway pressure is all but gone, it seems like. You see it very rarely. You saw 2 players use it on Ohana and WCS, but it's just really falling out of style. People just like to get +1 quickly because it makes the certain player think, oh, maybe he's going to do that. And then you go for the faster robotics. And this is just fake pressure here. He doesn't even have warp gate research done. He's just trying to scare his opponent to making more wings, and he does cancel the pylon.
The pylon cancelled. Oh, needs to be careful with the Stalker, though. Wow, playing with fire here.
And he does not get burned.
Yeah, good micro. He realized that one of the links is very low and figures his chances to kill it and break through are pretty decent. And he gets away with the Stalker. Placing down additional gateways in the main base right now. 3, which puts his gateway count at 4, of course. And we have the tech already for Shine. Lair tech for him. Speed started for the Zerglings.
2 observers for Hero means he's probably going to take a 3rd base here, but one thing to know is he kept his first observer at home. He didn't rally that, so he's not getting anything useful out of it. Now he sends it. That was a close call. It's really important for him to get information like this, but Probe is spotted as well. Things looking really good for Shine here so far. Just holding off that fake pressure. No real losses for him. Didn't even make that many lings.
And Hero goes for the War Prism right now, so he wants to get for a little bit of War Prism drop, most likely sentries in order to trap Harvesters and take them down, a little bit of harassment in the middle of the game, and then he will most likely take his 3rd base.
Yeah. By the way, Overlord does supply block Shine with a loss there, making 3 at a time now. And you're right, this is just going to be for drop play. He's not actually going to go for anything more than this. No sort of immortal harass attack of any kind because he just doesn't have the ability to. Warp Prism pops out, uses the Observer to kill another Overlord, or at least attempts to, but the Overlord moves away. And this is going to be a Zealot drop rather than a Sentry drop. Interesting.
Has already been spotted. Just tries to take down a few Queens. There are the Zerglings though, taking down first of all the Probe and then trying to kill another Sentry, but nice force fields here by Hero. They defend it, and here comes the War Prism, of course, to the top right now, and he wants to surround those Queens and take them down with the Zealots. Let's see if he's able to pull it off. Well, Infestation tech, and at the same time 11 drones being built by Shine.
Shine is likely going to be able to defend this as he has his Queen in position, has 1 Roach back here. His second one is close by.
Actually, this one building is currently blocking him, and a great surround. Really well done. The Spawn Crawler also being taken out. Not even cancelled. Well done by Hero. Shine finds himself in a bit of an awkward position as he has to defend here. He's taking another base, but all this mining time is already lost, and losing the Queen of Pure, of course, also a big deal here.
Several drones being killed as well. He just targeted some of those down.
5 in total.
Great little drop for Hero. And the Queen being killed is the most significant part because that just limits his production so much.
It was a lot more successful than I thought it would be. Not only the Queen, but also the drones, killing additional mining time, the Spore Crawler, which hasn't been cancelled. The Spore Crawler, basically, that's 125 minerals.
And he's going to go right into the 30. He sees the Infestation Pit, which is quite useful to know as well. He'll start Robotic Sorbet very soon, probably. Wants to target down the Queen. He drops the Zealots directly on top of it. It can't move.
Bye-bye. Gets out with one of the Zealots as well. Really well done. Great play here by Hero. A lot of aggression. He falls behind an overall supply, but with the supply for Shine only being Roaches and Zerglings, this is kind of normal, what you would expect. The 4th base for Shine is ready though, and he knows that his opponent has a 3rd, so at this point Shine is still in a decent position regarding his economy with 19 Harvester. But still, Hero is playing a really strong game, and just look at his upgrades. He's already at +2/+2 being researched, so has the upgrade lead here.
He does, and you know, Hero still has this scary War Prism that's going to keep Shine a little bit preoccupied while he takes his 3rd, and he's also taken his 3rd quite well. He's dropped gateways to make a wall, he's got a cannon up, the 2nd cannon going down as well, just to be careful. Starting to add those Immortals in. The one concern for him, though, becomes this Greater Spire tech that's coming out for Shine. Shine has a 4th base, it's been relatively uncontested.
I was just about to mention that he doesn't have anything in order to deal with the Zerg army on the ground. Nothing to control huge amount of units. We didn't see a Templar Archive and no Robotic Spay, but now he just placed it down, and that's something that I was really waiting for. Because especially when the Broodlords that you pointed out join the game, he needs something to take down the Broodlings. He cannot rely on a Stalker Immortal composition.
Yeah, you need more than that. You need to have something that can do damage to a wide variety of units constantly. Like the Infestor, for example. Do the same role for the Zerg army.
Yeah, exactly. We have the Colossa also, of course, in order to control the Infestors, to keep them at bay.
This Warp Prism's not going anywhere.
No, that's not a happy Warp Prism. Moves in, sees the 2 Spore Crawlers, like, nah, later.
And he's like, this messes with my whole drop the Zealot thing, but...
He sees the Greater Spire with the Zealot, drops it to get some scouting information. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Stargate pretty soon.
Yeah. In fact, I'm surprised if we don't see a Stargate soon.
Another base for Shine, by the way, bottom right, and he's really expanding heavily on this map, tries to get ahead in economy. Of course, Hero will try to take a 4th base fairly soon too. Here it is. And +3/+3 already being researched for our Liquid Chronos player.
He's not getting a Stargate though, and this is a concern because he is going to need something to deal with those Broodlords. Doesn't even have a Stargate at all. And
I think he tries to do the damage here before the Broodlords are actually in the picture. He's moving in, but I'm not quite sure if this is really enough.
it's quite weird. He does warp in a ton of Zealots here with some Stalker support. He just doesn't have his upgrades completed, and the bungles are so good. The Spinecrawlers buy so much time. He comes from the back with the Lings. Good force shields, but he's still losing units here.
But he needs to be careful. Shine that is, he can't move in with those infestors like this, but Hero doesn't focus them down. He's retreating with his units. There's just too much power for Shine, especially the Spinecrawler wall is something that Hero cannot breach. He lost a lot of units here, and he really tried to just take down Shine before the Broodlords are done. But now we still have no Stargate. There is no tech in order to get a mothership out. He lost a fair amount of his army. Shine is way ahead in supply. Now has the Broodlords, still has the infestors. It's looking good for the Zerg player.
And the Lings try to deny the Nexus by targeting down the probe. Unsuccessful. But yeah, the Broodlords are here and he knows about it. He's trying to take a Nexus. Finally, the Stargate is down. The upgrades alone are not going to be enough to stop the Broods. Cannot mine from this base initially. I have to say, Hero's doing a great job of annoying his opponent with Zealots this game, even trying to get in the choke point with those Zealots to block the Lings, but only successful a little bit in that regard.
Overlords are dying here, and a fair amount of Zealots has been warped in and is going to take down this hatch. There is not a lot that Shine can actually do. If he runs down with his entire army, those Zerglings are most likely going to die with the upgrades that Hero currently has.
97 drones for Shine really hurts his army. You know, it's just a problem for him.
Yeah, he's oversaturated at this point in time, and he needs to make sure that he is at least dropping a few additional Spinecrawlers if he wants to free up some supplies so that he can max out his army. And him waiting for the mothership would be a mistake. He has a timing, and the question is, does he know about it?
It's starting to seem like he does not. The Broodlords are coming out, 4 more of them. It's going to put him at a total of 9. He's got also the upgrades coming, which I think is pretty cool. +1, plus the second Spire, so he's really going to be committing to these upgrades.
Shine is really trying to play a little bit passive right now. He wants to make sure that his main base is secured, that there is not a huge drop or warp in started that allows Hero to take down the Greater Spire and maybe put him back into the Stone Age regarding his tech. But now he has a timing that he can use in order to take down the 4th base of Hero. He doesn't really move out just yet, but he has a fair amount of Broodlords, 9 in total, 10 infestors, which is also decent. And he needs to get rid of a few more drones, but he already built 10 additional structures, so now he's looking at 88 harvesters. And as soon as those rocks are gone, he can just move forward with the Spinecrawlers and use those Broodlords.
Now those rocks, man, you don't have to fungal those to keep them still. He takes them out. Make sure that he can come across the map a lot faster. He's even moving his Spinecrawlers to the choke point as well. In fact, a lot of his spines. Not all of them. He still has some base defense set up. Hero can't fight here. And this is a big problem. He needs to buy time for the mothership, which is kind of funny because usually the Zerg's one who's doing the time buy.
Yeah, but he did that already with the Spinecrawler wall that he had. And here comes the mothership being taken down. In the middle, though, he needs to have the infestors there. He needs a few fungals. If he can actually fungal those units in range of the Spinecrawler, he would be in an awesome position. Funny as it is, this one War Prism, it actually survives.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, and moves over the infested Terrans again. Hero!
Well, trying to be a hero, I suppose. You see the Immortals are going to add a lot of extra DPS in this mix. There's only 2 of them.
Nice fungal. Yeah, this is exactly what he needs.
He's going to poke off one of the Colossi with his Corruptors. The Stalkers blink forward, but they blink into Spinecrawlers. There's only a few spines, though, and actually, Hero just doesn't quite have enough. You know, see it once the fungals really start to hit and stack up, it's like, why blink into the Spinecrawlers?
The fungals, the Corruptors, the Broodlords, everything that was in position was just too much. Hero now down at 140 supply, another fungal hits, and now those Broodlords can do damage, but he's a little bit too close. He only has 3 left. Those fungals, they hurt, and they hurt a lot though. And Hero is really losing a lot of money here.
He's losing a lot, and his supply now at 151. He's remaking his units very quickly. Does not have a lot of gas. The mothership I want to check that energy.
It just spawned a few seconds ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it doesn't have a lot. It's at 66.
Colossus is also gone.
Gotta be careful with those corruptors though. It's not want to oversell them. He's even losing some of these overseers before just more overseers to be made.
Shine has so many minerals. Why on earth would you not get those 2 extractors at the bottom right of the map, mine gas, and build a few spine crawlers with all the minerals that you have in order to secure them? He needs additional gas income right now if he wants to continue this. Hero is lazy here. He's going for 4th base right now, for 5th base actually to the top left.
Shine is really trying to make this work. The mothership is getting close to having that critical amount of energy. He's got 92 right now. Tries to target it, but he's not going to be able to get it with all the cannons and Archons here. This is a mistake. Now he's throwing away his Corruptors. The Broodlords are vulnerable. They have to go back.
He's a little bit overzealous. He also doesn't have the Neural Parasite.
Really overzealous.
Doesn't have the gas income to really reproduce his Broodlords. He needs these extractors at the bottom right. He needs them badly. All these minerals won't do him any good at all.
Starts to pick away at these spine crawlers, and you're so right, man. He needs those.
He just built 11 additional drones. He's at 93. I don't think he realized how many drones he has.
Yeah, I think you're right, because obviously this is becoming a problem for his mining, for example, the bottom right. So he doesn't have the gases there, so he's a little bit oversaturated, but he also he wants more army supply in general to be able to fight, not more army supply in drones.
Well, I feel like he built the drones because he wants to add additional spine crawlers, which he does right now. This is one way to get rid of your minerals, but now he's building the 2 extractors at the bottom right too. He still has a very high drone count and is building 9 again, so he will be at 95, then add more and more spine crawlers. He really is building a wall here to buy him time so that he can increase his Broodlord count once again. And now he's fighting this fight that you never want to fight as a Zerg player against the Mothership and Archons. He should add the Neural Parasite upgrade.
He's about to have 10 Archons on the map. Storm comes out as well. Plus 2 shields even for Hero. This very rarely occurs in this matchup, but it's going to be quite useful for all of his ground units, as well as his structures and even his Mothership. And the Archons. The Archons are a big part of Hero's composition right now.
You know what's not a part of Hero's composition? He doesn't have a single observer on the map.
Yeah.
So if we see once again one James Bond infestor that just burrows in and uses a Neural Parasite, he could get rid of the energy on the Mothership in just the blink of an eye. But he needs a Neural Parasite upgrade first.
This observer...
I mean, they call me crazy, but he doesn't have it, or does he?
No, he doesn't have it.
Let me just double check just in case. Nah, he doesn't have it.
And a ton of this is exactly what you can have when your opponent doesn't have an observer. A huge infestor burrow buy, if you will, a claw buy, a dig buy. Going to target down this next, you will likely get it. Meanwhile, a Zealot run by into the main base, but there are roaches set up to defend from the very beginning for those first few War Prism attacks.
The fifth, sorry, is gone for Hero.
And the Colossi are trapped here at the front. He gives them away. A Zealot run by to the bottom right is not going to do even anything. I don't even know why he thought this was going to happen. A lot of these spine crawlers were here last time he even sent his War Prism, and he had vision those spines were there.
You know, one of the problems that Shai now has with him not having the Neural Parasite upgrade is that he needs Corruptors in order to take down the Mothership. There's just no other way. But there are no Colossi at this point. So Hero with the Colossi that he just lost has now supply in order to get additional Archons. And then after killing the Motherships, those Corruptors won't do him any good.
Very true, and he just doesn't have very many Corruptors in general. The Archons lead the charge. He needs to get the Vortex off. He wants to kill this Mothership, but he just can't quite do it.
Yeah, he's once again putting it down to half hit points, but he just can't break through.
Oh, the Vortex this time. There's the first one.
The Vortex, and oh my god, this is one sick Archon toilet. He just has to move in the main base at the same time. There's the warp in, and this time slow Zealots do a lot of damage, and here comes the Archon toilet. The supply, look at the supply, guys. He drops down in supply immediately, down to 65, tries to remax, and the second Archon toilet follows suit.
Yep, he's going to get several more Broodlords here. His army supply dropping like crazy. 2 more Archons being morphed right now after those storms.
But still the supply lead for Shine. A lot of Zerglings in this composition though, and they won't be all successful against all those Archons.
84 drones as well, so keep that in mind. A lot of these Lings dying instantly here. He's starting to lose more and more infestors. He doesn't have the Broodlords anymore, and if you don't have Broodlords, the Protoss army is always going to be more cost efficient than yours when it has +2 shields and +3 upgrades, whereas the army on the ground for Shine only +2 Carapace, and his Lings don't have +3 either. They're just significantly under-upgraded.
Wow, Temple is being dropped using feedback against Queens. Now the Archon being morphed. That will help him a lot against these Zerglings.
He's going for the Greater Spire as well as the regular Spire here.
The Archon having a nice time here against the Zerglings. There are too many of them. The Archon dies, but kills a lot of these Lings, and therefore Lava is now also an issue for Shine. But right now, as you can see, the Greater Spire, it just dies. He can't get any additional Broodlords. His Broodlord count is 6. He's getting a 7th, but he has to wait for this upgrade in order to get new Broodlords in the match.
And Keldor, it's just that's exactly why you drop those Queens in there, or those Templar in there to feedback the Queens so there are no transfuses available. That's perfect, because if there's enough energy to transfuse, enough energy to kill a Queen with feedback, or at least damage it heavily, if you feedback it no matter what, guess how much energy it's going to have after that? 0.
Exactly.
So, a pretty cool idea there. I really like it.
Run by to the top left.
A lot of cannons here, and one High Templar doesn't have enough for Storm. A few seconds later, it will. Doesn't want to storm his own probes, though.
The War Prison dies, was still positioned at the right side of the map in the main base of Shine. And Hero is now looking at a supply lead. He played this well. Shine had a window of opportunity that he didn't use. He lost it. And he did never have this Neural Parasite upgrade to deal with the Mothership.
The Mothership at 68 energy right now. He wants to storm. He goes for feedbacks instead.
The thing is, even if you have the Neural Parasite, it's of course easier said than done to catch the Mothership and get rid of the energy, but I think it's still your best bet, especially when you don't have enough Corruptors to just dart in and take it out.
So now, many Archons here.
Yeah, here comes the attack of Hero, and even though he's Fundle, this is not going to help Shine too much. Those Spinecrawlers are going to die, and so will those Broodlords.
There's just so many Archons that the Fungals can't hit them all. He's only got 3 Infestors left, and he points under the Broodlords. There's not as many spines as there used to be. The Archons are +2 shields. More Archons coming in. I think Shine may end up being out of luck as he loses his last Broodlord here.
The supply is nearly the same, but once again, the problem for Shine is that he just does have so much worker supply.
15,
it's dropping now, but still.
15 Corruptors are not useful in this situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a single Colossus to worry about.
He actually uses a recall and recalls probes in.
No, he is just toying with his opponent now, trying to BBM, recalls the probes into the mix, and there's not much that Shine can do now. Down 30 supply, but the bigger concern is his composition.
Yeah.
He wants to fungal, but he hits probes and not the real army.
Probes and Zealots, that's what he catches, but not the Stalkers. GG. Hero takes his second win and Shine the second loss. Very well played by the Team Liquid player. Very patient game by him. The Mothership a little bit late. He tried to take down Shine before the Broodlords were concerned,
just
but
kept
Shine's
attacking.
not able to do it.
Right, you know, just kept attacking at all the right places, attacking at the right moments, being ready, taking advantages that some Processes may have been too scared to go for. Consistently use that Warp Prism to target down Queens in the mid-game. I think that was really crucial as well to limit Shine's production. And Shine now finds himself down 0-2 in the group.
Great game by Hero. He is now 2-0 in this group and therefore leading once again his way to Codes. He only needs 1 or 2 more wins depending on how the group goes. Then he will be the one who advances. Right now we have the next game coming up with Maru against Suho.
Yeah, both on 1-1.
Yeah, the question is rather, which all-in is Suho-Shin using this time?
Yeah, that is really going to be the question.
Now trolling aside, guys, but so far Suho-Shin has only shown aggressive play.
He really has. I'm curious to see if he will continue that. There's a shot of Juani just briefly on stream. You guys saw him there with his Yankees hat. Now, this does indicate that, those you guys do not know, Juani does like the Yankees. He thinks the hat looks the best on him as well.
And here we have our 2 players. Suho-Shin, the StarTale player, being on 1-1. He lost to Alive earlier, but he was able to win against Shine. Of course, his opponent is Maru Prime with a win against Alive, but then he lost to Hero.
Yeah, only one of these players is going to move ahead in the group, and one will find themselves behind.
Yeah, indeed.
Not a good situation to be on with 2 losses early on in the group. We're, of course, just in the second set of 3 matches. Maru looking a little bit sweaty in the booth there. Just got his trademark towel he always brings with him.
The game is about to start, guys. We have a Terran versus Zerg coming up with the GSL up and downs. The last day, the last 2 players to be determined to join Codes. You'll find out who it is.